Live stream is on the suggested topic of the case of Anna Stubblefield. And this is based on the AS of DJ. Before I get into today's topic, please remember to be kind in the comment section because this actually happened to somebody, and also for the victim and the victim's family. Viewer discretion is advised. The reason I decided to cover this case was because I don't believe that justice was served. All the information below came from the Tudum by Netflix website. In the article, "Tell Them You Love Me" doc that tells the complicated true story of Anna Stubblefield. In the documentary, Tell Them You Love Me, a relationship between a married white professor and a black man with cerebral palsy sparked controversy when the man's mother alleged that her son is incapable of consent, leading to a nationwide debate over power dynamics, disability, and race. And this documentary was directed by Nick August Perina, I think is how you say his name, from the Swell season, and executively produced by Louis Trureau. I think Trureau. I'm sorry for that wrong. My Scientology movie. And Aaron Fellows from Leo Thoreau's interviews for Mindhouse. Uh, Can I tell you a secret? The film documents the true story of Anna Stubblefield and Derek Johnson. It's complex. It's a complex film about some of the very nuanced ideas. August Perina tells Tudum. For me, it's about people who became enmeshed in a tragedy together. I came to this story originally via a New York Times article maybe 10 years ago, and it riveted me. Trureau tells Tudum, I sat on the fault lines of so many social questions around race, sexuality, and yes, disability. What happens in Tell Me You Love Me? Just beyond, to be clear, I might get angry when I'm reading this because I get angry when any kind of thing happens to anyone from. There are three groups I don't tolerate. That I don't like anybody doing anything to. One is the disability community, two is children, and three is the elderly. Not that I want anything to happen to anyone else, but those three groups I have a problem with anyone messing with. So if I get mad, I apologize in advance, but it's justified. The documentary details the case of Anna Stubblefield, a former Rutgers University, New York ethics professor, which is ironic. She was an ethics professor, but she committed this crime. Originally convicted in 2015 for essaying Derek Johnson, a nonverbal man with cerebral palsy. The two met in 2009 through his brother, John Johnson, a student of Stubblefield. After John approached the professor, then 39, about his brother's condition, Stubblefield offered to help Derek Johnson, then 28, with communication skills. And of course, the reason why I say communication skills is because he's nonverbal, so they're trying to get him to, I guess, be able to communicate with them so they knew what he needs, which is understandable. He soon learned to use the keyboard with an LED screen to type, and with Stubblefield's assistant, began to take a university class. Over the course of their meeting, Stubblefield, who was married at the time, said the two fell in love and had a consensual sexual relationship. However, Derek Johnson's mother, Daisy Johnson, said her son did not have the capacity to engage in physical or in emotional, hold on, um, what was that? Sorry, and emotional intimacy. To the ex- to ex- sorry, and the extent of which he used the keyboard to communicate with her would not be possible unless Stubblefield was manipulating his hands. After tackling the sensitivity involved in the project, um, August Perina said striking the right tone was paramount. More than anything, I knew I had to get the balance and the integrity of the storyline just right to reveal things at just the right time. The film, which includes interviews from Stubblefield, Daisy Johnson, John Johnson, and facilitated communication advocate Rosemary Crossley and Dr. Howard Shane, director of Boston Children's Center for Communication Enhancement, traces the beginning of Derek Johnson and Stubblefield's time together and the trial that followed. From the beginning, it was clear to tell the story, we had to present all angles and involve all that were part of it. Co-executive producer Fellows tells Tudum. The film is more powerful because of that. What is facilitated communication? Facilitated communication, or also referred to as FC, assisted typing or supported typing, is widely scientifically discredited method to assist people with communication disabilities. The reason why, also, before I say this reason why this crime also makes it worse, the crime is worse than just her ASing, is because they say that the method she's trying to teach him is not even an effective way of learning. So all we know, even based on the case, going further into the case, they say that she could have manipulated his hand and put what she wanted to write instead of him, which is really actually sickening when I think about it, because you're supposed to be there to help him. Instead, you take advantage of the situation knowing that the person who you're helping cannot verbalize or understand what you're doing. Just makes the whole situation sick. Um, this practice, so FC, or facilitated communication, typically involves a facilitator physically supporting a person with disabilities as they type on a keyboard, um, or point to the letters and pictures in an effort to help them communicate. According to a position statement by American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA, there is no scientific evidence of the validity of FC, citing extensive evidence that suggests messages that emerge from using this technique are from the facilitator and not the person with disability, which is kind of what I just said. In addition, ASHA, the American Psychological Association, and the Association of Science in Autism Treatment, which of course, me being autistic, I don't believe there's autism treatment, but okay, are among the organizations that reject this practice. Facilitated communication is defined, in my view, as a flawed methodology, though I believe that it can work for some people in some cases, Thoreau said. Um, okay, where am I at? But the question of whether the method is to blame for what occurred between these film subjects. Thoreau says, is a bit more complicated. I think the other culprit is the vanity of presumed what we know is best for someone, he adds. Disabled people who are nonverbal and who struggle to speak are, by definition, more vulnerable to misinterpretation, which raises the stakes and makes it all potentially catastrophic. Um, Communication is power. We have a moral obligation to take it incredibly seriously when it's either missing or it gets hijacked, August Brasina adds, and I agree with what they just said. Where does Tell Them You Love Me take place? The documentary takes place in Irvington, New Jersey, where the Johnsons live, and West Orange, New Jersey, where Stubblefield lives. Um, this part makes me angry, but you'll see why. So, where is Anna Stubblefield now? In 2015, Stubblefield was found guilty on 2 counts of first degree aggravated SA and sentenced to 12 years. In 2017, the former professor appeal was granted and her conviction was revoked on a technicality. Um, in her initial trial, the court had dismissed testimony related to facilitating communication, which is bullshit, by the way. And I say it is bullshit because that was what she used with him, so that should have been her appeal should not have been granted because she used a thing that she knew that would not. Basically, she knew what she was doing, which makes it calculated. So sure, her conviction she should not have gotten a lesser sentence. Okay. Stubblefield was accepted a plea for a lesser charge, which I don't think they should have offered her in the first freaking place. She was released from prison after serving 2 years, which is bullshit. She shouldn't have been released at all. But that's also my bias, I guess. I honestly don't feel bad for anything that happened to her after the case, after this fact of her getting released. Um, she was suspended from Rutgers, Newark, after her arrest from allegations of improper conduct with Derek Johnson. She obtained a job as a waitress or a server at a restaurant upon her release. Within a year, she was let go from her position due to publicity surrounding her plea bargain and now does unspecified part-time work from home. What? I honestly don't care that she got let go of her other job, whatever, after her trial and stuff, because that's her own bullshit and problem. Because in my opinion, she should still be in jail, but I unfortunately can't make that happen because I think even 12 years is not good enough, um, in my opinion, because she knew what she was doing. She knew that the man that she AS, I'm sorry, essayed, could not consent at all. So in my opinion, what she did, she knew she was doing. She knew it was wrong. She did it anyways. In my opinion, she should deserve more than 2 years in jail. She deserved, honestly, in my opinion, she should have a life sentence because in my opinion, that's what she did was rape. And I'm pretty sure it is rape because he couldn't consent. Um, and I think it's bullcrap that they gave her a plea deal, but okay. Um, in regards to conviction being overturned, August Perina says that there is no simple answer. It's complicated because of the material evidence that was barred from the courtroom in the original trial. I don't quite understand why the evidence was barred after the original trial because, like, why the heck is that not carried into the second trial or whatever? Like, I don't get it. Um, I don't know if there would be a difference in the outcome. For most legal experts I've spoken to would agree with the appellate decision. I don't agree with it, but I'm also biased because I think she deserved more time, but also she harmed somebody, so I think she deserves more time, but that's just my thought. I know everyone else can disagree or agree, or that's their choice. After summarizing Stubblefield's trial, sentencing, and her initial release, the documentary ends by paying a visit to Derek Johnson at his New Jersey home, where he lives with his mother. Regarding the director's decision to show Derek in the final scene, Trudeau says um, that it is important to remind the viewers who the central character is in the film and to tune out all the other voices for a moment. The bigger picture is he's healthy, he's safe, and provided for. He's loved, and we're also maybe wondering how much he may be capable of and how much more life might have offered him were the circumstances different. It's a film where each dramatic reveal unlocks new questions, and we wanted that unlocking to play out until the very last images. August Perina says, and you can watch this. You can watch a documentary. Tell them you love me on Netflix if you want to. I'm not gonna watch it because I don't want to hear. Wouldn't want to hear all the details in detail because I'm sure they've gone way more detail than this article says. If you have any questions, let me know. I may not be able to answer them because if it's based on this article, based on this research, I know stuff about the case, but I don't know more than what I've researched. The next fun unscripted live stream will be on Monday, March 17th at 6 p.m. The next scripted live stream will be on Saturday, not June, March 22nd at noon Eastern, and it will be on the suggested topic of functional neurological disorder, and the celebratory live stream for reaching 1.3 K subscribers, which is on the topic of singing songs my community decides, will be on Sunday, March 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.